Revelations.Unveiled.Detroit. Carnal review and expressions of the carnal existence. Banking while black. U.S. Bank apologizes and settles with black customer who claimed mistreatment in 2020. U.S. Bank reached a confidential settlement with a Twin Cities area black man who claimed he was racially profiled and mistreated at a Columbia Heights branch last year. The settlement was followed by a public letter of apology by the CEO of the bank after a local television station reported last week about the incident. I am truly sorry for where we failed and accept full responsibility, Andy Cecere, U.S. Bank Corps' chief executive officer, wrote in a letter. Our commitment to racial equity and inclusion and that of U.S. Bank is unwavering. The bank reached the settlement with the customer, Joe Morrow, as the television station reported and investigated what happened when he tried to cash a $900 check in October of 2020. Joe Morrow was upset when the bank alleged the check was fraudulent. The bank manager called police before reaching out to United Natural Foods, Morrow's employer, to verify the check, according to the investigation. The bank manager told police and said the bank had received 3 fraudulent checks in the previous few weeks that appeared to be from the same employer. While awaiting confirmation, police placed handcuffs on Mr. Morrow at one point after body cam video showed him subtly standing up from a chair in the branch manager's office. An officer claimed that Morrow had flexed at the manager in a threatening way, quote unquote, according to the police report. In an email, Columbia Heights Police Chief Lenny Austin said that once the paycheck was verified to be valid, police removed the handcuffs and apologized to Mr. Morrow. While it was an unfortunate incident, after reviewing the body-worn camera videos from both officers, as well as the report and dispatch notes, the department believes the officers on the scene responded with their best judgment, given the information they had, he said. Joe Morrow and his attorney, who are now bound by terms of the settlement, did not respond to comment. Nakima Levi Armstrong, a civil rights attorney and founder of the Racial Justice Network, said she's glad U.S. Bank apologized for its missteps. She added that the bank leaders, including Cecere, reached out to her last week after her organization put out a statement demanding the bank take accountability. This was a hard-working black man who was simply trying to cash a paycheck that he earned, she said, instead of being treated with dignity or in the way a white customer would have been treated. He was dehumanized and racially profiled and stereotyped. That is unacceptable. In his letter, Cecere, the U.S. Bank CEO, added that no customer should face what Morrow experienced and that U.S. Bank will revisit and expand its employee training, which already includes unconscious bias training. Like many large companies since the police killing of George Floyd in May 2020, U.S. Bank has ramped up efforts to address racial disparities and made financial commitments to businesses and organizations that are led by or assist people of color. The Minneapolis based bank company, the nation's fifth largest, committed more than $100 million a year to work on closing racial gaps through various initiatives. Cecere noted that U.S. Bank also recently donated the site of its damaged branch on Lake Street so it can be redeveloped for affordable housing and other purposes. We will continue to listen and learn from the community as we expand our efforts to advance the cause of equality for all, Cecere said. So, family, banking while black is part of the series While Black that covers the everyday comings and goings of the so called Black, African American, Negro, colored people, or any other designation of those who are the American descendants of the enslaved, the descendants of the exiled, those who were not brought here or came here as immigrants, but were brought here as captives, kidnapped, prisoners, put into bondage on so called American soil, which is spiritually Babylon and Egypt and Sodom, the United States of America. So the descendants, the children of the exiles and the captives are actually the children of the house of Israel, the holy people beset by the curses of the covenant for disobedience and have become hated globally throughout the diaspora. And the wicked conspiracy globally of Psalms 93 never stops. The United Nations know of the diaspora of the children of Israel. Each one of our steps are reviewed and scrutinized, hunted and haunted. Our basic activities of life are hindered and deterred and made unharmonious and non-peaceful. And in the struggle to maintain sanity and rationale and righteousness, it is a part of our punishment and our test as the children of Jacob, the people of the book. So it is of no surprise when you have the understanding of the heritage of your holy history, family, brothers and sisters of the diaspora and Detroit. Banking while black, traveling while black, napping while black, taking out the garbage while black, grocery shopping while black. While black is a designation given to us It is merely a color in addition to a social, political designation of darkness and death. We are not black people. We are various shades of brown. We are the living representative of the beings of heaven on earth in a fallen state, awaiting for the spirit of righteousness to resume, so that we may wake up from the valley of dry bones and ascend to the righteous rulership, as it is written. Thus saith the power. Banking while black, we shall continue the spiritual expressions of our carnal existence as we continue our best through the test to persevere and overcome the ignorance and darkness on this continent of confusion and captivity. So, family, we shall continue with our spiritual eye and ear to mentally marinate within our cranial universes for the continuing understanding of our position and our designation within this carnal realm. And until we are together again, I love you. I love you. I love you. Revelations.Unveiled.Detroit.